This potentially could be a very big week for one Dwayne Haskins, being that that record is out there, the passing yard record, the touchdown record, and he's going home. What have you seen from him this week?
I really seen him just try to keep building and just kind of take hold of the offense. He's been a lot more vocal than he has been in the past this week. And I don't know if that's just necessarily from what you mentioned, but I just think we're in a time right now as a team, as an offense, where championships are won in November, and we kind of need Dwayne just to step up and be the guy he's been all year, but just kind of just take on more of a leadership role.
When you say vocal, is he being more vocal about sending people on assignments, knowing the offense, or are you talking about rah, go Parris Campbell vocal?
Nah, it's more of in the huddle things, on field. If guys aren't doing what they're supposed to do, he's making sure everything's in check. And honestly, I love it. I love where he's at right now.
Parris, you were pretty vocal yesterday about the report that came out from Brett McMurphy. What do you do to make sure that something like that doesn't spill over and become a distraction for the team this week?
I don't think it was ever a distraction, honestly. I think when guys seen it, everyone just kind of took a deep breath and then reacted the way we did. And I think 100% we reacted the way we should have. I think it just came down to getting the truth out there, and it was just all about the truth, and to see something about this program, about the players here, that wasn't true. I think something that needed to be said. So,
does Coach Meyer act any different when distractions, off the field distractions like that come up, or does he handle it away from you guys and he acts the same around you guys?
No, he acts completely the same, but with a situation like that, he addressed it to the team, and everyone obviously seen what was going on, but he addressed it with the team, said what it was, and commended the players on how we responded and how we reacted, and went on from there. But it's in the past, and no one's. I think it's kind of everyone's just over it. So
what's his demeanor? I mean, when he has to handle stuff like that with you guys, how does he? What's his demeanor? Does he act like any different than when he's talking to you about football?
I don't necessarily. He's not acting different, but it's just it's something that you have to handle. It's something that you don't want to have to talk about, have to bring up. But when a situation like that happens, I think he looks at all the players as grown men, and things like that need to be addressed. So he's not acting different, but it's a change of topic, it's a change of voice, it's coming from a different perspective, I guess. So he's not acting different. He's just addressing it from a different manner of football. So.
Since you have been pretty open about it, what would have happened if an assistant coach used the N-word in practice?
I don't know. I can tell you that nothing would have, nothing not would have happened. So, I don't even want to get into that. That's beyond me. I can't even imagine that ever happening, especially at a place like Ohio State. So,
but there was an event that occurred. You were there among other players, just unequivocally what they reported never happened.
Never happened. Any sane person knows that. If you look at the wideout room, it's 99% African American. Other than CJ Saunders, it's like for us to sit there and hear a coach call a player, that it would just been a bad deal. So yeah, move on though. It's in the past.
Parris, what did you see that day?
Now let's move on. Let's talk about Maryland now. Thank you, Parris. Great job.
Parris, Chris Olave's played more the past couple weeks. What have you seen out of him in his first couple games in the receiver rotation?
Resilience. He actually last week made 2 big plays for his back-to-back. But his first rep of the day, honestly, he kind of slipped on a slant route, and that grass was pretty rough. But he just showed resilience and made a huge third down conversion for us. When his number's called, he just made the play. So he's been showing resilience. But I knew since day one when Chris stepped on the field that he would be a great player here, and he's going to continue to develop. And I think you guys, be really interested in see that kid grow. So for sure.
Parris, you told us in Chicago that Dwayne Haskins Jr., the way he throws the ball was just a cut above. I mean, for one of another. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but he was elite in that respect. What has he shown you over the last 10? You know, he's 50 yards away from becoming the most prolific passer in one season in Ohio State history, which and you're playing with it.
Right.
But what has he seen that's even surprised you as the years gone on? I guess. I mean, what's been the difference in him?
I don't think. Well, the difference to me, I don't think it's been anything physically or anything skill-wise, because I mean everyone knew that Dwayne could throw the ball. Everyone knew that he had talent. I think more of what I'm seeing and liking of him developing into a leader. And like I said, he's been more vocal this week and previous week as well. But I think that's the upside. His leadership just continues to develop, and I think being a quarterback, whether that's here or the next level, you're going to need to be that leader. So
I'm trying to remember. I think you were on the field when he tried it in at Michigan, weren't you? You were in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you remember about? He said he was cool.
Yeah.
What do you remember about that moment? And when did you see? I don't know, any kind of like idea that he was in over his head disappear?
Well, I can tell you for one thing, he wasn't cool when he first came in the game. He was a little, I mean, like anyone would be going into the biggest game of their lives, you know, not having that much experience. But I can tell you for sure that he got a lot of confidence after he, you know, threw that ball to Austin Mack for that third down conversion. Then after that, it was just like clockwork. He was coming back to the huddle, you know, juiced up, energized, ready to get the next play, ready to get back on the field. And I think that can kind of attest to the way the season's been going this year. You know, we started off fast, and then, you know, we kind of TCU game, we started off slow as an offense, but, you know, guys started to make plays. He started to click again, and then kind of took off from there. So I think it's just about confidence with him. And, you know, as long as guys are, you know, doing their jobs, making plays for him, then he's confident, he's ready to roll. So.
I just mentioned his stats a while ago, though, but is there a sense you're playing with a special player right now in Ohio State history? I mean, you get that sense.
And Dwayne?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, everyone sees what he's done this year. All the numbers, you know, stats don't lie. You know, if someone tells you that numbers aren't important, they're lying to you. I mean, he's putting up the numbers. He's, you know, being our quarterback, being our Ohio State quarterback, and I mean, the proof is in the pudding. He's doing it, proving it every week.
Parris, what is over the NFL.com snub this summer yet?
Oh yeah, that's in the past.
Okay.
Yeah, that's in the past.
Have you felt like you've proven what you wanted to in that regard so far this season?
I mean, yeah, I guess it kind of started off as a little. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I got offended at first, but then it kind of just played on as a joke, and I think people got entertained from it. But hey, I'm here to entertain. So
I've asked you before, and I'll ask you again: should a 1-foot pass that you then take to a touchdown, should that be a touchdown pass?
Oh, it's most definitely a pass. For sure.
Colin, last question.
Parris, what is your role? What is Terry's role? What is Johnny's role in the development of Chris Olave?
Honestly, I think our role is to, you know, make sure we're doing everything right. Because obviously, you know, he's in the back of the room. He's watching the leaders of the team, the leaders of the receiver room, and we have to stay on our toes, stay on our P's and Q's. Obviously, you know, for ourselves, but also to set an example for him. But Chris is, you know, he's a fast learner. He takes what he gets in the meetings and takes it to the field, and it's like clockwork. But yeah, I think it's just us always, you know, putting great things on film and allowing him to learn from us. So.
Yeah, just watching him at this point, what is his ceiling?
I can tell you it's pretty high. You know, you just look at a guy like Chris Olave, who's you see him and he's a featherweight right now. You know, he doesn't have a whole ton of, you know, muscle mass on him, but he's electric. You know, he's super fast. He's efficient in his top ends. He has great hands. I mean, he's everything you want in a receiver. And, you know, I think, you know, come wintertime, you know, when Coach Mick gets a hold of him, you know, he'll look a lot, you know, stockier, a lot more muscle. But, yeah, I think his ceiling is through the roof, man. He has it all, so.